Continuing with my series on my annual hog and deer hunt. So I'm finishing up processing the meat. I've been the last 2 days, this is the third day, processing the meat, and luckily the last 2 days have been kind of cold. Today's a little warmer, there's bugs coming out, but I'm almost done. And what I do is I I put it in different categories. I have meat that I'm going to grind up for the dogs. I have meat that I'm going to grind up for myself. And then I have back straps and tenderloins. And we're finishing up, like I said, the deer now. The pig's already been done. And what we have here is back strap. A couple back straps left. There's a little tenderloin. And a couple more, I think, in here. Bits and pieces. And so what we're going to do is just kind of go over real quick what I do. And if you're one of my Five Faithful, you've seen me use this red plastic lid. It's a lid to a case that I've put water holes and little holes for holding onto the spigot. And it just really helps me to contain everything. I actually do my work on a cutting board, but I'm able to kind of keep everything contained, and I try to work fast. I will sharpen my tools ahead of time, and then I just go through them. And when a knife gets dull, I just move on to the next one. And I've mentioned this in other videos. I just use cheap Walmart fillet knives for the most part. I sharpen them up. They're soft metal, but they dull quickly, but they work pretty good. You can soften them right or sharpen them right back up, and it does a pretty good job. I, of course, try to get all the silver skin off the meat that I'm going to hold on to. As you can see there, this is for our own consumption. I don't mind if I waste some meat because I want to get all the silver skin off. When it comes time for me to actually grind this meat, I don't want to mess around then picking a lot of stuff off. So I try to get all the small work done as much as possible right here. I'm fairly new at this. Been doing it for 4 or 5 years, so I've got a lot to learn. And every year, I change things up and reorganize. And just to show you how to keep things clean, I've got an ice chest over here full of bleach water, and these just happen to be some of the ice containers that I've been keeping the meat on ice with. And then over here is just plain water. After everything's been cleaned in bleach water, it goes into the plain water to be cleaned. And then I'm putting these bottles of water out here to dry in the sun, and they'll go back in my freezer for ice because ice is expensive. So I try to create my own ice whenever I can. And again, if you're one of my Five Faithful, you know that the way I handle my meat, and this is empty now, but this is the last container of meat, is I keep my meat on ice in ice chests for 9 total days, somewhere right around in there. And that's counting the time that it's spent in the walk-in freezer back in Texas. So we keep them on ice. We add new ice every day, and we drain off the water. We don't want the meat sitting in water. I keep them in these pans. These pans are dented or holed, as you can see there. And so the water will drain out. And so they aren't sitting in water, but they got ice on them, and they're staying very, very cold. And luckily, the weather's cooperated with me. This is the first day that's actually been fairly warm. So this is how I do it. I change it up a little bit every year as I learn more about it. I do all the major butchering back in Texas, and this year I've been so lucky because I was under the tutelage of an actual butcher, and he showed me a lot. But when I get back here, it's on me, and I just try to do what works best with me, because then what I'll be doing, probably starting next weekend, after this stuff has had a chance to freeze, is I will start grinding some of this into sausage or hamburger meat, depending on what it is, and I'll be mixing it with fat, and I'll show you some of that as I go. Hey, thanks for watching.